All right, let's get started on homework 2-1. So we're going to be talking about means, medians, and modes initially, and I don't think this is going to be new to most of you. Mean is what you have normally thought of as an average, where you add all the values up, like you find the mean of your test grades, or when we figure out your average at the end of a quarter, we're really finding the mean. We're really adding up all your grades and dividing by those grades. Median is where you've put the numbers in order, which I've done down here. I put these numbers in order already to save me some time, and you pick the middle number. So this median is the middle number, but you just got to make sure you've put them in order first. And mode is the one that's most common. All right, so knowing those three things, let's go answer some questions down here. So it says, what is the mean of this data set? What is the mean of this data set? I'm sorry, y'all, I don't have my calculator in front of me, but you can do this. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to take all 9 of these values here. Doesn't matter what order I put them in, but I'm just going to type them in my calculator, add them up, and divide by 9. All right, so I'm just going to sit there. I'm going to add all those up, and then divide them by 9. When I finish out, and that's going to give me my average here, which we're calling mean, okay? The median is, I've already put these in order, so there are 9 data points, so I'm going to find the middle one. The middle one would be the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's my 5th one. There's 4 on this side, and there's 4 on this side, so that's the middle one. So my median is 80. So the question is, what if we had 10 data points? Let's just say we had these 10 data points. So we had those 10 data points right there, and I need to find the median of those. Well, I've got them in order, so there's 10 of them. So I would, there's not a middle number, okay? There's 5 here, and there's 5 here. So the median's gonna go right here. So I'd take these 2 numbers, whatever those 2 numbers are, in this case it's 5 and 6, add them together, divide by 2. So I'm finding the mean of those 2 middle numbers. So I'd end up with a median of 5.5. So notice the median in this situation here, the median of 5.5 is not actually one of the data sets. It's not one of these numbers here. But it's the average of the 2 middle numbers, the mean of the 2 middle numbers. And then mode, the last one, how many modes does the data set have? So you can have more than one mode, but in this case, if I look at all these numbers, there's only one that occurs the most, and 91 occurs 3 times. So I've got one mode, and it is 91. Okay, it is possible to not have a mode at all, like these data points down here. If this was my data set, all of these occur one time. So there is no mode in that one. And there's also ways to have 2 or 3 or 4 modes, multimodal. And you may run across something like that. Okay, so let's go on down here to the last question here. And it says, how changing a value affects the mean and the median. Okay, so let's see, they put these in order for us. There are 10 numbers here. They put them in order for us, that's nice. So we don't have to put them in order, they're done. And it says, what happens, it says, suppose the number 359, this number right here, is replaced and it changes to 209. Okay, so you take this one out and you put a 209, which would go here. Okay, if we put them in order. The question is, what happens to the median? Okay, it's going to change. The middle number is going to be different. So, all right. So let's figure out. It says is it gonna increase or decrease, and then is it gonna increase or decrease by how much? So let's find the median. Before we do anything, let's just find the median of this data set. So there's 10 of these. I'm going to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is 5, and here is 5. So I'm going to go to this middle number. I'm going to have to, since there's not a middle number, I'm going to take these two numbers that are in the middle, add them together, and divide by 2. And that comes out to 244.5. So my median would be, initially, it would be 244.5. All right, that's initially. But they're saying, okay, we got to change it. So let's think about what happens when we change it. So they're saying we're going to get rid of the biggest number, 359. We're getting rid of that, and instead we're going to put a 209 right here. Okay, so the median then would become, let's see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's where we separate the numbers. There's these 5 right here, and then there's these 5 right here. Okay, and so the median is going to be, I add these two numbers together, 238 and 240, add them together and divide by 2. I'm going to come out with 239. All right, so what happens is definitely this median went down, though it's decreased. Oops, it was decreased, and it was decreased. I would find the difference of these things. So I'd say 244.5 minus 239, and what is that? 5.5. So it decreased by 5.5. All right. And then we have to do the same thing with the mean for the next question. I'm not going to go all the way through that, but let me walk you through the first part of it. So initially, you would take all these values, add them up, and sorry, y'all. Trying to erase some things here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take all my values here, and add them up, and then divide by 10. All right, so take the initial ones, take all of these, and this is when, if you type them in a list in your calculator and let it do that for you, it might save you some time. But you sit there, you add them up, and divide by 10. All right, you'll get a certain number. You'll put it here. Hang on, my dog wants out. Come on, girl. All right, sorry about that. So what do? We just added these. We added these up and divided by 10, and we get this number here. Okay, then we go back and we take out this 359 one, and we put in the 209 in its place, and we should get, and do the same thing again, add these numbers up and divide by 10. We'll get this number here, which is going to be smaller because we took a bigger number out and we replaced it with a smaller number. So we should get a different number. So the mean is going to decrease, and it's just a matter of finding out by how much. Okay, so you're going to have to do a little math there, which you are capable of doing. All right, so again, mean, mode, median, you're going to be seeing those a lot. You'll have a lot of questions over mean, mode, and median, so good luck with those. Call me if you need me.